Well, it's my joy and honor to interview Phyllis this morning and just remind us of kind of her heart as she began to face powerful journey in the early years. And so Phyllis, I want to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. I think that there is likely a lot of women sitting out there possibly looking at the same scenario that you were looking at many years ago saying, can I do it? And we've got the Tiffany one-of-a-kinds that we have seen just blossom and flower over the years. But I tell you, when you see that many authors lining themselves across this front, just understand that they have been empowered because you decided to come along and you decided to carry them through something that they thought they couldn't do. Okay? So amen. Are we happy to hear from this woman this morning? Yeah. Okay. So first question, when did you know that God wanted you to start a ministry to help women?
It was actually a divine interruption that occurred, that I was in the hospital battling a pulmonary embolism, blood clots in both of my lungs. And the doctor walked in and he said, Mrs. Jenkins, you are lucky to be alive. Well, I knew that I was blessed to be alive. And he shared with me that the lady in the next room was not going to make it, who had the exact same thing. After a 5-day stay in the hospital, I left there, Marty, saying, okay, God, you took her, but you left me here. What more do you have for me to do? And so I set out on a journey to discover what God had for me to do, which came to be the powerful journey. And I am just so grateful to God that He kept me here. So whenever anyone asks me my purpose, I know that I know that I know that I know that the powerful journey is indeed the reason I'm here. It has become not only my passion, but it is my purpose and my God assignment.
Amen. How do you take like the beginning days of a dream? Like you had this awakening, you're obviously laying in bed, very, very sick. The realities of life are hitting you. The realities of death are hitting you. And they're just something inside of you just says, okay, I know there's something bigger and more. But you have to take those early years. So how do you take that dream and begin to bring it to life? What are those? Looking back, how would you say, what was the steps? What were the movements?
I smiled a moment ago when Terry used the word seed, because I look at it as the vision, the dream from God being a seed. And with any seed, you've got to nurture it. You've got to take care of it. You've got to water it, whether you feel like it or not. And that is exactly what I've done over the years. In that, first of all, be careful who you tell your dreams to. Be careful who you share your visions to. God gave it to me. He gave it to you. If you share it with the wrong person, they will talk you right out of it. And you'll think that you didn't even hear from God. So make sure that you are surrounding yourself with those who will pray for you. And so that is certainly what I've done. Those who will pray for you, those who will support you, those who will cheer you on. And then as you nurture a seed, have a plan, have strategies, and then work it. Don't just put it on paper. You've got to work the plan. And when God wakes you up at 2 or 3 in the morning, there's a reason for that. Don't just roll over and go back to sleep. Listen to what He has to say to you and move forward with it. Move forward knowing that this is your calling. This is your purpose. This is why He has you here.
Yes, moving forward and risk. Sometimes I think we're afraid to take risk. And you're right, people will try to talk us out of it.
I will tell you, Marty,
yeah.
you mentioned risk. My very first conference was held in my hometown of Shreveport, Louisiana. I was so nervous because once I left high school and went to college, I never moved back home. But God wanted me to go back where I started. And He blessed the obedience, He blessed the effort. And we started with 70 people that were at a hotel and women telling their stories. And it continued to grow. So after that first year, I had 2 Powerful Journey conferences every year, one here and one in Shreveport. Take risks, step out of your comfort zone.
And it's not easy to minister in your own hometown. Sometimes it's your people that'll sit and say, "Oh, isn't she just the little girl down the street?" You know. So you got to get out there. What encouragement did you get or need kind of during that implementation process? Now that you've got this broken down into steps, you kind of know where you're going, what you're doing. Did you get, discouraged? And I know Dave had to play into that because he's such a wonderful human being and husband for you.
Well, it's amazing that you said that you surround yourself with supporters. And my husband, Dave, I'm going to ask you to stand, baby. My husband of 46 years, Dave has been my number one supporter, my number one cheerleader. And you need someone who is going to support you. Then I have a prayer team. I have people who pray for me that when I know that I'm struggling in an area or I'm about to step out and take a new risk, they are praying for me. So make sure that you have prayer support. And then, as Terry mentioned a moment ago, Nonprofit Alliance have been amazing. They have helped me in many ways. They have an annual retreat that I look forward to every year, but they indeed have been my back office support. And then after you have that type of support, you want to make sure that you have a great team. And y'all, I have truly been blessed with an amazing team. They're around here, and you will get to meet them at the end. But these women most of them have gone through the powerful journey, so they know what the vision is. And when we're in our meetings, they are saying we, not you, they're saying we. The vision has caught on and the vision is growing because of that. So don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Get a powerful team to go with you.
Amen. I love how you develop women. Can I just say that? Don't y'all just look at her and think that? I mean, I love how you develop women because God is calling women to step out in these last days. You're like fine china that you pull out at Christmas. Come on, girls, that's who you are. You just need to know who you really are. Okay. All right. If you could do one thing different, what would it be?
If I could do something different, I would have gone full-time Powerful Journey before I did. And let me just let you in on, it's not a secret to those of you who know me, but God had told me 2 years before I quit work and went full-time Powerful Journey. God had told me 2 years prior to go full-time, but I only had 2 years left before I could retire and get full benefits. So my eyes, not these eyes, but I came up with a plan. I wanted to see on paper how it would work out. I wanted this, I wanted that. And those eyes got in the way of me being obedient to what God had told me to do. And so instead of me walking out of that library, I was carried out of the library on a stretcher, diagnosed with a brain aneurysm. And I'm telling you, when God tells you to do something, don't wait. Do it. Do it.
That's amazing. And now we are hearing from the very risk taker herself. And I love you. I love what you've done. I love how you bring to life people, women specifically, how Dave hovers over you like a just a person that loves you, just your person. I remember when you were so sick, I brought you some soup. And I could hear Dave upstairs because I'm dropping it off real quick and just saying a quick prayer with her. But I heard Dave, who's that? I'm a new friend. You don't know me yet, but I just wanted to bring her soup. But thank you guys. Thank you, Phyllis, for all that you do. Thank you for being the woman of God. Thank you for being the risk taker. Thank you for being the example. And thank you for loving people the way you do. Amen.